I will be invoking the name of Michael Smerconish a few times in this video because hopefully I'll get that Google juice, but he's the inspiration for the inspiration of this video. What you're seeing here is a clip or a screen grab from the local broadcast video of a local TV station. The name station's not important, but this was done by a local newscast asking about Kamala Harris and whether black people understood, knew, saw her as a black person. Kamala Harris, the half black, half Indian vice president, also a female who is running for president as of right now. Now, in the clip of the local newscast, white dude goes to a barbershop. He's in the barbershop. There are 5 guys there. There's the barber. There's a guy in the barber chair. There's these 3 guys sitting in the audience, if you will, hanging out the barbershop. I don't know. They look like they're fresh cuts. I guess the guy with the hat might be waiting for a cut. But they look like they've already got cuts. They're just hanging out in the barbershop as is done in a typical African-American citywide barbershop. It's a place to hang out, place to talk, place to just chill and get to know things and have your little gossip sessions. It's like the hair salons for the dudes because that's what it is. So a white guy, he's there just kind of riffing off the Kamala Harris riffing that the president, former president Donald Trump's doing right now from a few days ago when he asked, if she was Indian, then all of a sudden she turned black. And, she's black, she's Indian. Make up her mind. I'll take one or the other, the Donald Trump stuff. From the conversation in the full clip, which kind of brings out a whole other things, it's well, let me back up for a second. If you're obviously watching this video, because this is not something I'm doing podcast, you'll see my complexion. I will say often, if you follow along with me, Kamala Harris, not exactly my cup of tea as part of politician. I have some beef with the way she did some things in California. Didn't live there, but there's just the way things worked out. And I have some ideas of some things she did as vice president and some of the crazy things I heard about the fact that she can't keep a staff. There's that. But I'm pretty sure she's black. Pretty sure she's always been black. Pretty sure her father is Jamaicans, and that means she's black. Pretty sure her mother is Indians. That means she's also black and Indian, but because she's black, she's black. Pretty sure her dating Montel Williams is not because she was Indian or whatever. I'm sure that was because she was black. I'm pretty sure she doesn't hate Jews because her husband's Jewish, and that's a whole other thing as well. But the guys in this video, the guys doing a riffing back and forth, they're kind of like saying, she doesn't really, she's not really black. She doesn't live my experience. She's Beverly Hills. I'm New York City. We don't see color in the hood in New York. We all see the same experience. She didn't live my experience. That has nothing to do with being black. The guy on the left, they're like, well, I heard she was half Indian, half black, and that made a difference. Doesn't make a difference. She is black. Apparently, no one has understood the whole 1 drop of blood rule, or they've just forgotten it since, Obama came and he's technically a white guy, so nobody cares anymore. This whole video seemed like it's local video. I have my issues with local TV news and things like that and how they play things up to get a story to make it work, make it fit, and maybe a narrative. Maybe that's the narrative they wanted, was that black voters are also confused about Kamala Harris's heritage as well. But these guys seem like plants. They seem like, they look like real brothers doing whatever. The guy in the middle, I think he's done some commercials though. But they seem like the way the conversation went, way too smooth, way too sort of just to the point, way too much that is something that was just meant to be sort of made out there. And they could have sent a black reporter to the barbershop and made it look a little better. I don't know. But it's just there's a white reporter asking the questions. It didn't really matter because the guys just had these answers that were kind of canned. I'll try to find a link to the actual full video or the newscast that had it so you can see the full thing. Now, Michael Smerconish is a radio talk show host on Sirius XM. So he's not so much syndicated, but he's on the satellite network. So you hear him wherever you have it, in your car, in your home, on apps, whatever. I listen to him every single day. I've been following it to him, his time since a little time before he moved off of terrestrial onto satellite, because he was trying to be an independent when everybody was going super duper red, and then he got to deal with Sirius where he could do what he wanted to and cuss a lot, and so that makes him a easier way to get his job done. It can be more or less down the middle. He is a registered independent. He pulled out his registry for the Republican Party, so he can be independent and go both sides, but he does lean conservative. He formerly worked for the Bush White House, stuff like that. So there's all that back top. On his TV show on CNN, which gets hammered from both sides as well, he played a small portion of the clip from here, the opening portion, basically, is she black? And the barber going, well, I'm not going to say anything. I'm going to let her speak for herself because she says she black, stuff like that. And though he brought the thing up, we have a link in our feeds about Mr. Smerconish getting hammered over this clip here, basically going on with that, and just the fact that he's apparently in the thought process of the clip of the article we pulled, not necessarily for my opinion, because I thought it was kind of whack, but then went looking for the full clip to see what the context was. He's basically in the race baiting game. Here's a question. Kamala Harris, not so much is she black or not so much is her heritage black enough or not, but the monolithic thought process that we tend to try to believe is not a black thought, but we tend to when you talk about polls and things like that. There is a tactic by Donald Trump to get more black votes, and it's by getting more black male votes. With all the struggles and the strife over women's bodies and reproductive rights, it's becoming easier and easier for the Democrats, even super liberals, to convince more ladies that they should not have their rights taken away. So they may vote for the other person. This time the other guy is a gal in Kamala Harris. But for men, it's machismo, it's strength, it's being able to take care of folks. And Donald Trump is showing machismo and strength. And so maybe if you tell that the brothers that she's not really black, then you don't have to throw that black support behind her. Maybe not. Now, the Biden campaign and Mr. Smerconish himself basically stated that these guys right here and their talk, I won't say nonsense because they may be real people and this is how they think. And I'm learning to think the same way for people on the other side of my opinion that I don't know how they follow along with these tropes, are low information voters. If they are plants, they're plants. If they are just people who think these things, maybe they don't know a lot of stuff. Maybe they don't pick up a lot of things. They obviously aren't watching 60 Minutes and Morning Joe and walking through the Wall Street Journal and getting all these stupid in nuance on these things because I'm a news nerd and I need these things. They get the pieces they want. They believe what they want to. They talk to their folks in the barbershops and go from there. So the question for this one, and this is a big one, and it's about the monolith that is the black population. Speaking for all of us, or if you're not one of us, speak for us anyway. Is there an issue with how I say we because I'm in the we part, how the black population actually sees Kamala Harris? The short answer to that is yes. But the problem is we're not talking about how she handled the crime rates in California as a tough prosecutor, which people believe overly put people in jail for drug crimes. And that's something that's seen as a bad thing from the black perspective. But is she actually black? Is her being of Indian descent as well an actual issue? Is her dating Montana Williams an issue? Is her being married to a Jewish guy and being the mamala to two Jewish girls an issue? Is the fact that Emhoff is now with Kamala Harris because he had an affair and had a baby with one of his kids' actual nannies? Should that matter? None of it should. But does it matter? Are we, the monolith that is the black population, going to have an issue with Kamala Harris literally being black? Your comments, be gentle, but no matter what your persuasion, leave them in the video comments.